Ellie's joining us from annual leave. How are you doing?
I am indeed. Guys, this is the earliest I've woken up all week. It's been so nice. I'm catching up on all the sleep that I've been missing when life was taking over. Just been chilling, been walking the dog, the sun has been shining. It's just been lovely, honestly. Oh, yeah. It makes you realise how much of your life work actually takes up.
Yeah, do you know what? Because we were talking about this and you were saying how going on annual leave like really is like, whoa, like you get a outside perspective. I've just
Yeah.
realized that maybe I don't have that because I only take annual leave abroad. I never take annual leave in my normal life. So to me,
Yeah.
my normal life, I never get to see hindsight of my normal life because being at home means working. I've never been at home and not worked.
Yeah, no, 110%. Girl, I'm telling you, even if you just take a day, because I know annual leave is precious, and it really depends what you want to get out of it. But even if you just take a day off, like a Friday or a Monday, do an elongated weekend, and just chill the fuck out. Maybe go to pole, relax,
Mm.
do what you want around the house. Oh, it feels so good. Yeah, so good.
No,
I've
I
never
believe
done
it.
this before. Never. This is my first time, and I was speaking to a few colleagues at work. They were like, "What are you doing? Where are you going?" Because everyone automatically assumes you're going on holiday.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Nothing. I'm doing nothing. I'm gonna eat loads. I'm gonna sleep loads, and I'm just gonna relax." And loads of people were like, "Oh yeah, I've done that. It's so good. Like you're gonna feel so good."
No, that's
Yeah,
nice. And you also
preach
like
about it.
don't just waste loads, not waste, but don't spend loads of money on trips and like going abroad. Every
Yeah,
time like when you go on annual leave, you're like, wow, I'm down. Like economically, I'm down.
yeah,
So you're gonna be up.
yeah, girl. It's been. I say that. I'm definitely going out for a couple lunches and dinners, but no, it's been so nice. Yeah,
No,
lovely.
guys, I am the worst friend ever because I forgot your birthday on the day.
Oh, girl, please. Honestly, life is so busy. I'm not even. It's not tough. Like, it is what it is.
No, do
I
you know,
really don't care.
I was realizing yesterday when I remembered. So happy belated birthday, by the
Thanks,
way.
girl.
um, that we don't have paper calendars anymore. And unless you
hmm
write it in your phone, which you have to do, like I only write things that I'm doing so as they come. But to
Yeah.
write birthdays, you actually have to write that in advance. And
Yeah.
people don't use Facebook anymore. So you're not getting the Facebook notifications because Facebook tells you when it's people's birthdays, which I used to love. And it's like, it's actually like remembering everyone's birthday. And you've got hella siblings. I don't know how you do it.
Mate, hella siblings, hella nieces and nephews, which is why I'm not precious about birthdays at all. Like, please. There's too much to remember in this life, and life is busy.
Yeah.
It is what it is. But yeah, writing it down is so long. Even people at work, I'm like, oh, I need to remember their birthday. Put it in the diary. Like,
Oh my God, yeah, the
yeah,
birthday works as well. It's really awkward because where we work remotely, it's like, do we send a birthday card? But if we send a birthday card, we have to send everyone a birthday card,
oh,
and it's just long. Like the whole thing is so long.
yeah. No, where I can, I try to keep things as low key as possible. Like, no cards, no gifts, just happy birthday.
Yeah, no, exactly. But tell me how you spent your birthday because it's very different to how you spent it the past couple of years.
Oh, guys, it was so nice. Usually, I go away somewhere, be it in the UK, abroad. Like, I just like to be away. I don't like to celebrate the actual day. I like to just make a week of it and just like chill. They're not a massive thing for me, birthdays, but I just feel like you shouldn't be working. That's my one
Mm,
rule.
yeah.
But this year, mate, I had a lion. Then I woke up. Best believe I tidied the house.
No, you
Me
didn't.
and Billy were out the night before, and you know when you're like, I can tell we were out the night before.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
So I just did a quick clean, and then I took the dog for an hour and a half walk. It's actually been nice, minus his mischievous bits, but it's actually been nice having a dog for this week off because it's got me out walking. I wouldn't necessarily just go
True.
walking.
Yeah.
But yeah, we did like an hour and a half walk. We walked to our local park. The fountains were on. It was beautiful. Like it was so nice.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, then chilled. Then popped by to see my sister say hi, and then Billy came home. We just had dinner. It was so nice. Like I felt so good, and just my cup was full. Do you know what I mean? I didn't feel
Yeah.
exhausted. Like I had to get ready and go out. It was just really low key. which I think I've needed. I've just been go, go, go this whole year.
Yeah.
And I'm just so tired. I even have loads of life admin that I need to do with the rest of my week off. So I'm like, why? I just want to chill and do nothing.
I know. Oh, I couldn't imagine. Life admin is just so boring as well. Like, it's so boring.
Yeah, the list just gets longer and longer, doesn't it? And then I keep neglecting it, neglecting it, neglecting it.
I know. I hate it. I actually hate it. I had to do something yesterday as well where I had to like call up a company and I
Oh,
was on hold and oh, it's just long. I hate it.
such a headache. But yeah, other than that, oh, delightful. How has your week been, girl?
Girl, do you know what? It's weird because on the one hand, I've been very on top of things in the sense that like my food has been meal prepped.
Oh, girl. Love that
Yeah.
for you.
I literally on Monday night, because I didn't have time to on the weekend, I just cooked two big, like, but like really easy meals. Like one was like a chickpea curry thing, and the other was like a
Yum.
quinoa tofu thing. It's just like one pot meals, as they call them,
Yeah.
for the week, which does mean I'm eating the same thing every single day, but it's fine. Um, so like on that side, like I feel like I've got like the clothes are washed and stuff like that. But then on the other hand, I'm just like I've just got so many things to do at work. I've just got like
Mm,
so much to do, and then this whole weekend, this is a bank holiday weekend, so that
it is
already like
indeed.
it's just I just feel like I'm behind on work, but
Oh,
it's
yeah.
I also don't have the steam right now to do the most because I've been doing the most.
That was me. By the time I clocked off annual leave, the steam was officially out. Like, I had run out of steam. There was
Yeah,
nothing left to give.
yeah.
I hate it when it gets to that point. But yeah, it's been weird because we haven't had our usual back and forth. So I've been so unproductive today. Or like, I'm just not feeling it today.
Yeah, yesterday was an unproductive day, and I've fallen off the budget because
Oh no.
Bad Bunny came out with tickets for his tour, and you know tickets are just so expensive these days. Like, what is going on?
It's
It's
so
it's
expensive.
ridiculous with all the booking fees as well. You're over £100, like
Oh, without a
definitely,
doubt, yeah.
without a doubt. So then that just put me. Oh, that was like my budget blown. And then you know when you blow something and then you just keep blowing it. So I've gone
Yeah.
over now.
Oh god. Concerts are worth it though, because like
Yeah,
they
I
don't come
agree.
around every week, every month. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, and
They're
it's
once every
next
now and
year.
again.
So it's like, and he's never
Yeah.
toured in the UK, and it's next year. So I was like, by the time we get there, like I would have felt like it's a free concert at that point. So
I
it's
love
fine.
that. I love it when you pay so far in advance. You get there and you're like, oh,
Same.
free weekend.
Exactly.
So good. But no, I'm glad you're somewhat been on job this week.
Somewhat, somewhat.
Love that for
But
you.
we'll see how. I mean, we're only. Oh no, we're not. We're towards the end of the week. So yeah, I do need to be a bit more productive today. That's okay. It's all right. We'll get there.
You got this, girl.
Shall we get into our in this week's episode of Being a Dumb Bitch?
Oh, guys, let's do it. This one this week comes from yours truly. Maggie, you're going to be
Oh,
appalled at me, yeah?
oh,
I'm
I'm scared.
so embarrassed. Don't judge me. So, guys, this happened when I was in work last week. And I'm sat there between my manager and my manager's manager, yeah?
Okay.
I'm just doing my work, whatever. Can I just preface this with asking, do you read the news on purpose?
Yeah, I do.
Out of interest?
Yeah, I do. Do you know?
I hate people like you. I hate people like you. No, I don't. Like, it's not interesting. If it's about the economy, which affects my life, yes, I will read it. If it's about my job, which again affects my life, yes, I will read it. Anything else, me not care. Like, there's no time. My
Yeah.
life is full. So he's sat next to me now. Please don't judge me. And he's like, oh, look, they've picked a new pope. And I'm like, okay, that's nice. Like, yeah, great, brilliant. And he goes, yeah, because the pope died, right? And I was like, oh, yeah, what, a couple of years ago? And he was like, what?
No, you
I said, yeah, he died a couple of years ago, didn't he?
didn't.
And he was like, no, he literally died a couple of days ago.
Wait, are you
Or
not? I
a
saw
week
you're
or so.
Catholic. Are you not?
Girl, I am. And the thing that kills me that morning, yeah, we were talking
No.
about being religious and getting married. And I was like, I want to get married for religious reasons. Like, I'm not going to have a big day. it's literally just so that you can become one, right? Like, I want to know that that's my life partner. And then he's looking at me like, luckily he didn't ask what type of religion I am, because that would have been embarrassing.
That would have been so embarrassing.
Girl!
That was like big news. How did you not hear about that?
I don't know. And then I put it in my family group chat because I was like, I'm not the dumbest of all my sisters. Like, let me just check.
Yeah.
And then they were like, no, girl, we all knew about that. You're embarrassing. I said, And then my manager's manager, looking at me like, do you live under a rock?
I don't know how you missed that.
It didn't even come up on Instagram.
Yeah, that's mad. Oh, sorry. Just
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Girl, embarrassed. I was so embarrassed. And I just thought, wow.
No, to be honest, when the Pope died, I actually don't know how you missed it because it was literally everywhere. Like,
sis,
don't you have a radio in your car?
I don't drive anywhere. I drive to the gym, that's 2 minutes. The thing that pisses me off as well is I listen to the radio whilst I'm working, but clearly I'm so zoned in on my work I don't actually listen. So go me. Proud of me. But yeah. Very embarrassing. It was honestly, it's been a week and a bit, so I'm a bit over it. But on the day, I couldn't get over it. I said, wow.
Do you know what? When it was happening, it was like, because it's funny that you're saying this because I was like, why are people talking about this so much? Like, why is it such a big deal? Obviously, not that the Pope was passing away, he passed away, because I get that. But who was the new Pope going to be? Yeah. Because I didn't realize that the Pope had so much influence. And that it was almost like he's almost like a political figure in a way. And I was like, it's mad. Like people really care about who's being chosen to be the next Pope, blah, blah. There were people posting on LinkedIn about it. But I think it's because that the particular Pope that got chosen, he has... Pope Francis spoke a lot about climate change, and then that's obviously what my feed is about on LinkedIn. So yeah. I saw it on LinkedIn for that reason, but I was like, right, like people are really talking about this. But that's so funny that you didn't see it.
Sis, I wouldn't even mind. I get the Apple News alerts, but they're always just about dumb crap.
Yeah.
Anyways, it is what it is. And then there's obviously, as soon as he said it, started popping up everywhere. Because then my phone was listening. Why didn't my phone listen before?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, the day he brought it up was the day the Pope got chosen. And I was like, oh, for fuck's sake, now it's coming up everywhere. Because he was American, isn't it? And they were like, first American Pope, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, wow, could have appeared a couple hours ago.
That is so funny.
Yeah, so in this week's episode of Being a Dumb Bitch, I clearly don't read the news. I don't know what's going on in the world. Great.
So does this make you want to start reading the news or no?
No, but like, girl, I don't have the capacity. Do you know what I mean? There's no time for me to sit there flicking through news articles. And if I do, they will be related to my work because I just need them to benefit me in a day-to-day. I just don't find the news that interesting.
It's a lot to keep up with like what's going on in your industry and then what's going on in your country, what's going on in the world. Like and this is why I'm so impressed by my CEO, because you'll ask him something very simple and he'll be like, and in this province in China, they did blah, blah, blah. And I was like, how do you know that? Like, how do you know that? Like, the man is a walking encyclopedia, but like up to date with everything. And like, me and my manager were talking about it. We were like, how does he keep on top of everything? Like, I don't get it, but I'm trying to be like that. I'm really trying to be like that, which is why, by the way, I force myself to read. This doesn't come natural to me. It does not come natural at all. I have to force myself. And I have to shout out my favorite podcast, which is by The Guardian, because I trust The Guardian, being a left person myself. They do like 25 minute episodes on the big things that are happening in the world. But the way they talk about it is just so easy to listen to, in my opinion. It's not like they're not doing too much with the big words and with the expecting you to know what's going on. Like they try to be as brief but as in depth as possible.
And do you actually enjoy those? Are you listening to them like, oh yeah?
No, I actually do. I actually do.
Maybe I'll give that a whirl then.
But I don't know, because I sent you a podcast before and you didn't enjoy it. It wasn't The Guardian. Was it? I don't know. I think it was something else.
Okay, we'll see. I'll give it a whirl. And I'll let you know. Not this week, because I'm on annual leave from everything in life.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
But next week. I did listen to one girl recommended the news agents though. They're three
Mm,
journalists. But
yeah,
I was listening to them, that a lot of what they were talking about for like a whole week, they're mainly just on politics, was just the Trump tariffs.
yeah,
But that was really interesting. So I actually enjoyed listening. See, the economy, that interests me because I'm like, that
yeah,
impacts me. It's really interesting. Like, I like to know what's going on. I'm trying to improve my investing knowledge, etc., or
yeah.
knowledge of the investment market, whatever industry. But yeah, the rest of the stuff, I'll try my best. Let's reconvene.
We'll reconvene. We'll circle back.
Yeah, let's circle back. But yeah, should we go on? Do you want to read this week's dilemma?
Yes, okay. So, hi girls, happy Monday. Here's the situation. So, there's a work group chat where people ask if they're going to be in the office. They ask questions regarding work when the person they want to ask isn't in, and sometimes we'll share jokes and stories. Nothing revolutionary happens in the chat, but it's a nice to have and it helps everyone stay updated. But here's the thing, oh no, one person on the team isn't in it. It's given bullying.
Been there. No, I've been there. Do you not remember?
Yeah, I do remember.
I really don't think this is that deep, but yeah, continue.
Not because they're new, not because they asked to be left out, they just weren't added. We don't necessarily speak about the chat at work, but it's pretty obvious when we all know who's going to be in what days and that the person doesn't. And when there's an inside joke, everyone else knows and they don't. I don't know why they haven't been added, but I feel really bad about it. What do I say if they ask me? Should I just add them?
Okay, I think, yeah, this is a bit different. When it happened to me, the group chat wasn't really used, so I would never have known that a group chat even existed. So it's not that deep.
Mm-hmm.
I think if there's loads of inside jokes and people are like, oh, is so and so going to be in the office? Nah, they're not in today. How do you know? How does everyone know they're not in and I don't? That would make me feel a type of way, if I'm being honest.
100%. I think you should definitely add this person in the chat. I think the first question is, why aren't they in the chat? Are they
Yeah.
jarring? Like, is it a thing on purpose that has been done to exclude them? That's number one. Number two is, I don't ever want to look like the bully, and I don't want to be involved in situations
I
like
agree.
this. So I'll just add them. I wouldn't even ask. I'd just add the person. I'd be like,
But then it's
yeah, just
like,
add
they
them.
said they're not new. How long has the chat been going for? And if you add them now, is that not going to raise those questions like, oh, why didn't you add me before? I feel like it
Okay,
needs to be a smooth thing where they ask you, oh, is there a chat? And be like, oh my God, yeah, you're not in the chat. Oh, let me add you. That's so weird.
but it depends. If it's like a 4 or 5 people chat, like they're not in the chat. Like if it's a small team, I feel like I this is how I would do it. When I need to ask something from everyone, I'd add them into the chat and I'd be like, "Hey guys, just wanted to get all of your thoughts on this." So it looks like you maybe just made the chat now.
Yeah, but then they'll be like, oh, this is cool. Thanks for making a chat. It's going to be so handy. And then everyone's like,
Oh,
that chat bit's going for time.
but no one's gonna say that, are they?
I don't know. Some people have no filter.
True.
In my
Well,
workplace, my manager was literally like, yeah, there's a chat, you're not in it. Like, some
true,
people just
true.
don't care. They're like, oh, it's just a chat. It's not that deep. Whereas other people are very sensitive and, like, will feel some sort of way.
Maybe you can ask the group admin then. Just be like, "Oh," or just put in the chat, "Oh, Ellie's not in this chat. Should we add her in?"
Yeah, I'd do that. I'd speak to, like, a manager or someone and be like, oh, I was talking to so-and-so the other day and realised they're not in the chat. Should we add them? Do you mind adding them?
Yeah, yeah. But what if they
I'd do
respond
that.
like, "Oh, we just find him a bit annoying actually, so we didn't really want him in the chat."
Then you've done all you can do. You've been the nice person.
Yeah,
That's not up to you. They've told you straight no.
agreed.
And if the person asks you about it, I'd just be honest. I'd be like, oh yeah, there is. I'll ask so-and-so if they can add you. Make it out like it's nothing, like it's not a big deal. Because if you
Agreed.
pity them, that will make them feel worse.
Yeah. Try what you can, but it doesn't fall on your shoulders if you're not the one who made the
Yeah.
chat.
No,
If you are,
exactly.
then you're a bully.
You're a bully. Yeah, no, best of luck with that one. So peak, man. The workplace, it could be tough.
It can be tough. It can be
It
tough. And
can.
another thing that can be tough is networking.
Oh,
So we've
girl.
discussed this before, I'm sure. But recently, in the past couple of weeks, I've had to go to loads of, like, I don't know what happened. Like, there were just loads of networking events all in the space of like 2 weeks. Um, and after the last one, I actually walked out of the last one halfway through because I was like, how useful is this to me? There's a lot of awkward moments. And I kind of just wanted to discuss your opinion and our listeners' opinions on networking. So you recently went to a conference. How did that go?
Just like on a whole, yeah, I do
Hmm.
not like networking events because
Hmm.
I think unless they're super tailored to your industry, your sector, personally, I find them a waste of time. Like, I know
Yeah.
they say, oh, you're going to meet people, you never know where that person might end up. Yeah, cool. But actually building a really strong foundation and a really good relationship, long term, organic, it's really hard for that to come from a networking event. I know it can happen, but it is
Mm.
so hard. And the amount of time and effort you're going to have to put in is just, yeah, long. And you have so many, as you say, events that you go to that are just super unsuccessful. And you're like, for fuck's sake, I wasted my day. So,
Yeah.
me personally, not a fan. The one I went to was very tailored to my industry. So in those examples, I am a fan, or very tailored to like my specific subsector of the market, so student. And in my previous role, I used to go to networking events that were very specific to
Mm.
development, which is like the class I was in. But those I found really helpful. But even then, because you meet new people who are actually relevant, what I can't stand is going to an event and just meeting so many relevant people, getting stuck talking to them for ages. And then you're like, I literally could have been
Girl.
working. Or if it's in
Girl.
the evening, I could have been at home.
Girl. For real. For real.
Yeah, the one I went to was actually really good. The content was brilliant, etc. But I found like a lot of people go with colleagues, and I went by myself. There was a lady from our Manchester team, but best believe I've met this woman once in person, and she was definitely drunk. Let's just say it
Oh,
straight. And
okay.
it was an evening networking event.
Okay.
So she'd obviously been out longer than I had. And then once or a couple times online, but in a call of maybe like 20 people. So she wouldn't
Okay.
necessarily have remembered me.
Yeah.
Anyway, I got there. I text her. I emailed her the day before to say, oh, I'm coming. Look forward to seeing you there, just so she was aware.
How
So I
did
walked
you
up to
know
her and
she
said
was going?
hi. My manager told me.
Oh, okay.
He was like, oh, so and so's going to this event. Message them. Say hi. You can see them when you get there. I got there. I walked up to her. Well, I got there, mingled with some other people. First of all, just like I didn't know anyone, so I really was just inserting myself into conversations.
Mm.
Which can I just say is so hard,
Yeah, I know.
disgusting. And then I saw her, walked up to her, was like, "Hi, how are you?" And I could see her eyes dart down, like, "Who is this person?"
Oh
Thank the Lord
God.
for name badges. Like,
Yeah.
God bless whoever invented name badges, because then she saw the name, the company, and she was like, "Hi!" She did it. She did it so well. Like, love her for that,
Well,
because she
not
like
well enough if you
literally.
could tell.
No, but it's fine. Like, it's fine. I didn't expect her to remember me. Like, we barely met.
Okay.
We've barely met. We've only met in groups of loads of people, and it was
Yeah.
so sweet. She was like, "Hi, how are you?" Like, she put in a lot of effort, but bear in mind we barely know each other. And she was like, "Oh, this is so and so." Properly introduced me to the crowd she was talking to. Like, it was really sweet of her, because she didn't have to do that. Bless you, darling. She could have been like, "Oh, hi, you're right," and then just left me to it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. No, to be fair, I have been at a networking event where I recognized someone, but I met her like maybe a year or and a half ago or something. And I was like, I definitely remember her, but does she remember me? So
I
I
hate
like,
that.
I mean, it's different because you guys work in the same company. So I
Yeah,
think the
yeah,
way you approached it is totally fine. But I went up to her and I was like, hi, no, what did I say? I said, hi, Ellie. It's nice to see you again. Um, and then I think she was next to someone, and I introduced myself to the person she was next to, so she
yeah.
could. I can't. I don't know. I did it in a way where I was like, "Remember who I am. I'm from this company."
Yeah.
But it's so awkward. Like I hate, especially because I change my hair all the time, even though I haven't changed it in a while. But usually I do change my hair a lot. And so I'm like, oh, like you're not gonna remember who I am, and that's okay. But it's just awkward for me to
It's
remind you.
so hard. And there's been times where I don't remember people, and then they look at me like, and I'm so embarrassed. I just think, oh,
Same, yeah. I've been there. I've been there too. Yeah,
yeah. Guys, social encounters are just so difficult to nail. And yeah, there were a couple of other awkward instances where, to be fair, on a whole, everyone was lovely. Like I'd
mm.
join conversations, like at lunch, it's obviously an hour break. I'm like, damn, who am I going to talk
Yeah,
to? And there were these three girls perched around, like, you know, them standing tables.
yeah.
I say girls, they were definitely older, they were women. Um, and I walked over and I was like, do you mind if I perch here with you? And then they brought me in on the conversation, and it was really nice. You know, when you just feel included?
Yeah.
Whereas there were other instances where, like, I'd walk up to join a conversation and they'd look at you and then continue with the conversation. And I'm just
Oh,
like, please,
no. You
there's no
have to
need.
be no, literally, because I that's what you have this is what you have to do. Like you have to go over and insert yourself, and which is so like awkward. But in that instance, you'd be like, if you're the person on the table that someone's just inserted themselves in, they have to be like, "Oh, hi, we were just talking about how blah blah blah," and then you can carry on with your point. But now at least I'm brought in.
Yeah, the thing is, you're at, I know, at conference, networking event, whatever. Everyone is there to network, and okay, fine. You might have already made your network, and so for you, it's not as important. But
Yeah.
let's just be nice. It's really just basic manners for someone to walk over and you to pause your conversation. Your conversation is never that deep. You can pick it back up. It's so easy for you to just be like, oh, hi, what's your name? Blah, blah, blah. This is so and so. I'm so and so. We were just talking about, and
Yeah.
then regain the conversation.
No, I literally had one time which was so rude. So one of the panelists, I wanted to ask him something. So like when he came out, I found him and I went to ask him a question, serious professional question. This dickhead comes over who that he's obviously friends with, and they're talking about like going down the pub and like they're like making like not inappropriate as in like sexual or anything, but just like inappropriate of like oi oi kind of laddish behavior.
Yeah.
I'm like, do you know I'm right here? Like I'm literally right here talking about energy transition, and you man are talking about going down the pub when I'm right here. Like it was just so rude. Like it was so rude, and they carried on for like when it felt so, I felt like I was standing there observing
Oh,
their conversation when I was the one having the conversation to start with, and
I
I was
hate
literally like,
it.
and he didn't even like acknowledge like, oh, sorry about that. Like the fuck. I was so mad. I was literally so mad. Like the audacity of the laddish behavior in front of me at a networking event. Like, are you dumb? Are you dumb? It
Yeah,
pissed me off.
girl, this is why I'm just not a fan. I'm so sorry. Like, I know maybe you'll meet your next boss at a networking event. Maybe it's mad important, but it is just not my vibe at all. I don't like
Also,
them. I'd much rather do one-on-ones or lunches with four
yeah,
people where I'm going to grow that relationship and we actually get to properly talk for a good couple hours
yeah.
rather than walking around a room having 10-minute conversations with loads of different people and never seeing them again.
No, I was really debating it because I was so for conferences and networking events. By the way, conferences are so expensive. It costs like 2 grand, a grand.
So expensive.
Insane. Um, but yeah, like I've always been such a big fan. And then the ones that maybe because now I know more and I'm more
Yeah.
knowledgeable, not fully, but more than last year, I went to some and I'm like, "Ah, you're all saying the same shit." Like
Yeah.
I got the sense of like I'm so tired of talking about because for me as well it's like climate change issues or like
Mhm.
environmental issues or whatever. Like I'm so tired of talking about it. Like do we all we're in the UK. It's not like we're in a country that like climate change is not a priority kind of thing. Like this is something that has been on the agenda. Like the general public outside of the industry knows about this, and we're
Yeah.
still talking about it. Like I feel like the conferences, I'm like, do we need to keep talking about this? Do we need to keep? And I also feel like people talk about the challenges a lot more than they talk about the opportunities. And it's just
Mm.
like, can we? I would love to attend a conference where we're solution oriented. Like yes, I
Yeah, girl.
recognize that this is the challenge, but here's some solutions. Are some countries or companies that are doing this well. Here's a step by step of what you need to do when you leave this building today. Here's what you can
Yeah.
do immediately. And then let's look at the midterm, and then let's look at the long term. Like, I just feel like it's a bunch of privileged people in a room talking about things and not really doing anything about it. And
Yeah.
then the actual networking part, it's very rare that you talk to someone that's like, and selfishly, it's a very like opportunistic game because you want to connect with someone that is relevant to your work. And
Hmm.
I literally, the last networking event I went to, the one that I walked out of, because I was just like, I've had enough. Like, I've actually got too much shit to do to be sitting here listening to this. Um, I inserted myself into a conversation, and I immediately I knew these people were not going to give me anything
Oh, I
because of
hate
where
that.
the roles that they worked in and the companies that they worked for. Like, I was just like, immediately I know, but now I've got my plate of food on their
Yeah.
table, and I'm gonna eat and listen to them chat shit. But I really want to leave. Like, I almost want to be like, hands up if you work in blah blah blah,
This is what I'm
and I'll come
saying. The
over to you.
generic event. It's not a vibe. It is not a vibe. Because
It's
your
not.
chances of actually chatting to someone relevant are so slim.
So
Mate.
slim, and I was just felt like I literally felt, oh my god, I'm wasting my time. I could be writing a report right now.
Yeah. I hear you. Let's see if everyone agrees with us.
Yes.
So, we literally just asked you guys, do you enjoy networking? 82% said no, not a fan. Amen. Honestly, preach it.
Wow.
Not a fan. 18% said yes, I'm a natural. Must be nice. I feel
The
like
thing
deep
is,
down you're a bit of a natural.
well, I was gonna say,
Yeah.
if I was if I was voting on this poll, I would put yes, I'm a natural, because I love it when it's good. But I
Yeah.
just feel like there's a lot of time wasted in the process. Like, you like
Yeah.
get 1 in 5 that are really good.
Yeah. Did I tell you I got invited to I'm going to the polo.
Are
Yeah, I've never
you?
been. I'm like, oh, it's going to be so fun, but I
Wow.
need to find an outfit. It was really someone from who's not relevant. She's not relevant to my role right now. She was a client basically in my old team,
Yeah.
and she was like, "Do you want to come?" And she invited me last year too, and I was like, "No, I'm not in that team anymore." I messaged her again. I was like, "Look, would love to come, but I'm not in that team anymore. Like, do you want to invite someone from that team? I will not be offended." And she was like, nah, just come. She was like, I see a lot of student on our projects. I can pick your brains. I was like, right, then I'll have a day
Oh,
out.
wait, that's so nice. When's that happening?
In a couple of weeks in June.
Wait, sorry. What is polo?
Like on horses with the little sticks.
Okay, that is what I was imagining. Wait, are you not scared?
Of what? I'm not going to be on the horse, you donut.
Oh, what are you doing then? Wait, what are
Girl,
you doing?
it's like horse racing when you just watch.
Oh,
Girl, are you mad? The amount of... I don't think they'd have the liability to do
that's what
that.
I was thinking. I was like, that's a bit of a mad event.
No, I'm actually so dead. I would say no. No,
Wow,
you
this
just
is
get to
this is
dress
like
up.
it's like too upper class for me. I didn't know this was a thing.
There's so many. I went to is it regatta a couple of years ago, and I was like, wow, look at this.
And what's the regatta?
Like rowing on
Oh,
the
yeah, yeah.
on the
River?
river. I think it was a river, yeah. Which was nice, but again, everyone dresses up really fancy. But I was like, those kind of networking events, I can get behind. I'm a natural at those.
Wow.
Do you know when you've been invited? You know the people. You're like cementing relationships.
Yeah.
But these random networking events where I don't know anyone, oh, painful.
Do you know what? One of my colleagues, he was in Pakistan for one of the projects that we were on, and he got invited to the because cricket is massive in Pakistan.
Oh yeah,
He got invited to a cricket game with the bank that he was providing
that's
this
really
project
cool.
for, and no, it's actually so peak because he got invited to the VIP like box things in the stadium, like
Yeah,
VIP
that's huge.
PPP service, and he couldn't go
Oh, that's
because
so
his
weird.
flight was scheduled to leave that evening or something, because he had to run a marathon when he got home, which is absolutely insane, by the
Okay.
way. Yeah, absolutely insane. I was like, that's so sad. Like, we barely get any perks like that's never been offered to any of us.
No, that is elite. Like actually,
Yeah.
yeah, I've been to a couple of cricket games and they're fun.
So we asked people to tell us any awkward experiences that they said. that they had, and someone said, I saw a former colleague that I could not be asked to talk to, so I left the whole building.
Do you know what? I hear it.
I hear it
Sometimes
too.
it's like, I don't have time to entertain these people. Let me just
Yeah, it
clock out.
requires a lot of energy, man. It really does.
So emotionally draining.
Yeah.
Someone else said, I carried a convo for 5 minutes. Sorry. Turned out the other person didn't speak English. So were they just talking to themselves for 5 minutes?
I don't, I don't know.
That was nice of you to continue the conversation. How do you like clock out of that one?
Yeah, I don't know. Like, that's just so awkward. But also, oh, because I guess some conferences have the earphone things, which have a live translator.
Oh, what?
Oh my God, yes, so many conferences that I've been to. Like the one in Vietnam, they were translating what I was saying into Vietnamese.
Maggie,
And
that
then
is
I'd have to
so
wear the
cool.
headphone. No, it's a nightmare actually, because when they were speaking in Vietnamese, I'd have to wear the headphones, and sometimes like the audio was so muffly, and I'm so sensitive to sound. Like I have like earplugs for loud, like the loop ones for loud
Yeah.
events and stuff. Like I hate it, and it's so muffly. So I'm like trying to listen, but it's actually hurting my ears. And then people would be clapping at something. I'm like, I don't know what you're clapping at yet because it hasn't got to my translator yet. And then so I'm clapping like 15 seconds late.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's not bad. If you're gonna invest in big man technology like that, please make it good.
But it's a live person. Like it's literally a person at the back of the room on a mic translating it live.
But I mean the muffliness.
Oh, yeah, I
Like,
know.
make that better. Like, my hearing is awful. I probably wouldn't have heard anything.
Yeah, it was terrible. It was terrible.
That is bad, man. But so cool. I did not know that existed. Wow.
I know. What a mad job, like to be able to translate that quickly.
Yeah. Good. I'm
Um,
so bloody tired.
Someone said my name tag wouldn't cooperate. It either kept sorry, I'm reading all of them, my bad.
No, go ahead, girl.
It either kept falling off or flipped around so no one could read it. One guy stared at my chest so long trying to read it. I didn't know whether to fix it or fake a phone call and walk away.
Did I ever tell you about the time I was at a networking event and there was this guy from a client and he was all right. Like, we were never going to be best friends because he was quite like laddie.
Hmm.
And he just really didn't get on with my other colleague. They were just bickering back and forth. He was giving her a lot of constructive criticism about how to present herself better at networking
Oh,
events. Bear in mind, he was not in a place to do so. Like, he was equally as junior as us.
okay.
Um, and I was just like, wow. And then for some reason, I'm not sure why he came to me, but I would have just been like, oh, thank you, yeah, take it on board because I'm not doing the bickery. Anyway, his one piece of advice was, don't wear your name badge there because it makes people look at your cleavage. I was like, okay,
Sorry, from a man. That's not what I want to hear.
so inappropriate.
Maybe
But that
don't
just
look at my
reminded me.
cleavage.
And bear in mind, please, there's no cleavage to be had. Like, I have nothing. I had literally, like, do you know the tight dresses on? And like it had thick straps and my thing was pinned here. It's not like it was pinned here.
Right. But also like tell men to not look at women's cleavages. Like you can
Yeah.
look at a name badge without looking at my breasts. Like
Yeah. I was like, thank you, but no thank you. I'm fine.
gosh, I would have gone off. I would have gone off.
I was
I
you know what,
really would have gone
we
off.
were in the taxi home. I was just like, let me just get out of this place. Someone else said, I walked up to someone grinning, fully convinced we'd met before. Turns out we hadn't. They were polite, but I was already halfway through reminiscing about a non-existent conversation. Yikes.
No.
Why have I done all of these? I've not even done that one too. And it was one of your friends. I can't remember if I told you. But she looked spitting image of someone I'd met like a couple of weeks ago at your birthday. This was ages ago. When you did like your big birthday bash. And I walked up to her. She was in the middle of tying her hair, but I'd already put my arms out to say hi. And I was like, then my friend was like, oh my God, how do you know her? My friend from work. And I was like, I just realised I don't know her.
Oh my God. Yeah, no, I remember you telling me this. That is so awkward.
So
It's
bad.
so awkward.
Yeah. Should we do two more?
Yes. Someone said I ran out of things to say. the small talk ended and there was this long, weird silence. I stood there. Sorry, I'm laughing because I've been here. I stood there sipping my drink, scanning the room like I was suddenly deeply interested in the wallpaper.
Fake.
I've actually been there. I've been there. Like, it's like I've already asked all the boring questions that I could ask. And like sometimes to excuse, because I'm like, when I want the conversation to be over, I'm just like, I'm just going to pop to the loo or I'm just going to get another drink. But
Yeah.
sometimes like your drink is full and you've already popped to the loo. Like, it's just awkward.
I hate that. I absolutely hate it. It's when it's like a Tuesday event and I'm already asking what you're doing next weekend. That I know I've run out of things to say. Like,
No, oh my
what did you
God.
do last weekend? Oh, so what are you doing next weekend? Stop.
No, it's like it's the questions that's like, where's your office based?
Oh
Like,
yeah.
do you work from home? Is it hybrid? Oh, I don't care actually, but I'm just trying to fill the silence.
100%. Yeah. It's so
Hate it.
true. Okay, let's end with this one. I tried to balance a drink, a plate of why hors d'oeuvres,
Hmm.
and a conversation. Naturally, something slipped. Oh, suddenly I had sauce on my shirt and a stranger handed me a napkin.
That is awkward. I
That's
do
embarrassing.
find the whole thing about networking events as well is that you have to eat at the same time. And I
Yeah.
like food. So I want to enjoy my food. I don't want to like keep having to talk in between mouthfuls. There's two things. There's the hors d'oeuvres,
Yeah.
if you say it.
I know when I was like, why that word, please?
Which are like usually small things, so you can just
Yeah.
shove it in a bite in your mouth. So that's kind of okay. But then when you're having lunch and you have a plate, you're trying to balance
Yeah.
the plate on your hand and like trying to cut up the chicken, well, maybe not chicken for you, but like the broccoli or whatever. Like you're
Yeah.
trying to split up your food. So you can't use a knife and fork. Oh my God, I hate it.
Yeah, it's not enjoyable. It's not enjoyable. I'm done. I'm actually done. That's me. Invite me to a lunch with two clients that I've worked with before. Say no more. I will stuff my face.
Mm.
But these big networking events, it's not for me.
That's the thing though, like it's the one in five that are really good.
Yeah, it's painful. I've wasted 5 hours to have one good hour, and it's probably only 5 minutes in that one good hour where I actually had a
It's true.
like insightful conversation. Nah.
It's actually so true. Totally agree.
Yeah. On that beautiful note, it is almost 9 a.m. So I'm going to get my ass to the gym before I fall asleep. Look at me. I hope you have a fantastic day, my dear, and that it's really productive. Only 2 more days to go.
Yes, thank you. Enjoy the rest of your annual leave, darling. I'll see you next week.
Thanks, girl. Have a good week, all.
Bye.